the expectation? You guys were hoping he was going to play today. I know he went through the whole weekend. Is that heel issue just lingering longer than expected?
Yeah, it's lingering. It doesn't seem like it's going to be anything that goes on for too long, but it's also not something we want to aggravate and then keep him out for a long period of time. So we just felt more comfortable giving him another couple of days. Saving them time? Or are you saving?
Yeah, saving you time.
Me time.
Hey, Steve, one thing that Raymond didn't mention was Draymond Green. So is he going to play tonight, or what's his status?
Draymond's not playing tonight.
Okay.
I know they said D'Angelo update is coming Saturday. Is he not coming on the road trip at all, or are you guys planning to travel him? Do you know yet?
I believe he's coming on the road trip. That's my understanding.
Willie told us today one of the ways he's getting hyped up is making sure he's getting those blocks on defense and just trying to lock in on defense while he tries to figure out the offensive side of things. What are you noticing about Willie's awareness on D and what he's giving you guys?
Well, he's got the size and the speed to be a really active, good defender. And when he's engaged at that level, it makes a huge difference for us. And I think he's still getting comfortable. He missed all of training camp, and so he's not quite there yet, but he's getting better and better as he goes.
I'm sure it's mostly or partly out of necessity that Spellman is playing some 4 or maybe a lot of 4. Do you see him getting a shot as a power forward in this league or getting some rotation minutes there when everybody's back?
Yeah, I mean, I think this year we're going to give him plenty of minutes there, and he shoots the ball well enough to play 4 on offense. The question is defensively, can he hang at that position? It's so different to play defense these days on the 4 than it was 5-6 years ago, even, because it seems like everybody's got a 3-point shooting 4. So that'll be the big challenge for Omari. But part of it right now is out of necessity, given that we only have 8 guys. But part of it is that he does shoot the ball really well, and he's shooting it better and better as we go. And if he's going to shoot it like that, then he's got a chance to help us at the 4 or the 5.
Coach, you've obviously had a lot of battles with Chris Paul over the years. How have you seen him evolve in terms of both his game and his leadership?
Well, he's one of the best players in the league. He's brilliant point guard, one of the best the game's ever seen. I have a ton of respect for Chris, just the way he competes every night. His intelligence, his awareness on the floor. He seems like he's a step ahead of everybody on the court, and always been a big time competitor. So he's a guy when you play against him, no matter where he is, he's one of the first guys on the scouting report that you're having to account for.
Steve, when you play zone, is it a byproduct of the injuries and a limited roster, or does that suit your personnel? I mean, you've gone to that quite often in this stretch.
We played more zone this year than we have in the past. Some of it is the injuries, and some of it is just experimental, just to see what it looks like for us. We haven't played much zone here in the last 5 years, but it's it can be a good way to disrupt the other team. Just change the look, change the rhythm of the game a little bit. So we'll experiment with that, and we'll continue to do so.
Steve, going back to Willie Cauley-Stein in his interview this morning, he was talking about how much admiration he has for Steven Adams. Is their matchup kind of an old school center matchup, or is it more of today's game?
No, I would say it's more of an old school matchup. They're both, more traditional centers for sure. And it's, it's two really big guys down there. And Steven's got the bulk to go with it. Willie's, more slender and more of a gazelle, runs the floor unbelievably well. But, they're both, they both could have played in any era, that's for sure.
Steve, you guys are sharply down in 3-point takes, 3-point makes. Obviously, Steph and Klay being out is a big part of that. But has that influenced how you coach this roster? Is it a product of you guys doing something different, or is it just the roster that you have right now just doesn't shoot as many threes?
It's basically the personnel. So we've tweaked some things offensively, and we're trying to put guys in the best position for them to score, and we're experimenting with some things. And I think we're learning a lot, not only about the players individually, but about, how we're going to play in the future and things that are going to work, things that aren't going to work. So I think this will be a very productive year, and we have to look at it in terms of kind of through the lens of what will this look like when all the players are healthy and back. And with Steph and Klay out there, what does that mean for what we're doing strategically and who fits into that? And I don't think it's going to look, when those guys come back eventually, I don't think it's going to look exactly like it did, the last 5 years, because we've lost a lot of other players as well. So a big part of this year is, figuring out the best way for us to play going forward as our personnel continues to change.